Alright, so Chris here is getting a new arm. He had some of his fingers bitten off by wargs. I've got a really nice, clean, and pristine operating room. Oh, exotic goods caravan. I'm pretty sure I have some stuff for them. I really love when the caravans aren't tribals, because tribals are lame. Yeah, I won't buy the $60 components, but I will buy the $30 components, or I should say silver. Yeah, I should treat them well. I mean, the thing is, all of the successful empires in history have treated their prisoners reasonably, or somewhat reasonably, so unless you want rebellions. So that is what I'm going for here. Man, I feel like every time I clean up this pillbox, it just gets more bodies and more blood. Gwen, why are you naked? I know you had like a mental break, but have some decency. Alright, so Davies, I want you to immediately... Oh, I don't have wood. Yeah, I don't have wood. Let's, Davies, prioritize plant cut. You go cut some trees down for that. But before that, let's see what they have to trade. They're sitting in my base all nice like, so I will sell them... Looks like I need to cook some more food here. So I'll buy components, and I'll have 50. Quite a lot. Shooting neurotrainer I will buy, which is a pretty big chunk of my remaining silver. But the thing is, if you want to avoid overwhelmingly large raids, invest in your people. Invest in biotics, invest in trainers, because, for instance, this trainer, or this bionic arm might be valued at 1,000 or whatever, and this shooting trainer might be valued at 2,000, but then when it's used, it will be only valued at a little bit. Like the price of my... Oh wow, they're willing to buy all the tribal gear? Holy moly. The price of my people have value, of course, but it won't go up proportional with what I install on them. So that's what I really would suggest everyone to do, is if you don't want to get too much value in your base too soon before you have the defenses. And at this point, I feel like I do have the defenses, but that's irregardless of the point. Invest in your people as much as you can, because it will really pay off in the long run. So let's see. Gwen has a passion for shooting, so she'll level up in it. Everyone but Davies has a passion for shooting, so I'm not going to have Davies learn it. And it only went from 7 to 9, which pisses me off a little bit. But you know, that's, I guess, what happens. I would consider some organ harvesting if they didn't all have some sort of horrible moves here. Once the move's a little bit better, I can consider it again. Oh, let's, what doors did I deny? Yeah, you can have access to there. And build this back. And I think I had a door here too. They destroyed. So I definitely have some stuff to do. I want to build that, and I need wood for that. So I am getting the wood that I need to rebuild a lot of the stuff that has either been broken or needs to be replaced. And speaking of which, let's get the machining table up and running. I have some mechanoids that can be broken down as well. I've got the scyther and the caterpillar, and I think there's another caterpillar up here as well. Of course, the moment I turn it on, Davies is asleep, because that's just how it goes. Now, I've already broadcasted quite a lot today, so I might be cutting this a little short. I'm coming up in an hour. I think I'll put in an hour now, but I will schedule another one for tomorrow, probably tomorrow night, for all of you. Alright, so we have a stonecutter table going up, which is good. I'm going to need both granite and lime. And I'm going to do until I have 250 of each. Or 260. I don't need nearly that much limestone, but I figured why not. It's not a whole lot of crafting, to be honest, especially given that I have all this limestone sitting here. Davies, when are you awake? You are awake, like, right now. So I'm going to unsuspend cooking fine meals and unsuspend temporarily butchering because I need some more meals. People are eating corn raw. I don't need that. Gwen here in this kitchen will get cold because I don't have proper clothing for her because I don't have a tailoring workbench yet. So I have to keep an eye to make sure she doesn't get hypothermic while in the base. But I should have that bench up soon. It looks like Davies just cut enough trees for this bench, so I'm just going to prioritize her to do that. And get some clothing up. Now that I'm butchering animals, I'll have plenty of leather for clothing. Okay. Interesting. It chose to blow up. Oh, for a second I thought that was a really fast-moving centipede, but no, it's Chris Hall in it. What happened? Just a bunch of burns? You'll be alright. And another raid using sappers. So what do they have? They have an assault rifle, a machine pistol, Molotov cocktails, a machine... Alright, so they don't really have anything that truly saps as in sappers. So I think what they're going to do is punch their way in, which is fine. I have... all my people have a variety of long-range weapons, so that's really not going to work very well for them. But what I'll do initially is get this wall built, which is the most important wall in the base at the moment. While I have to keep an eye on their location, they are coming to me. So now I'm going to send Davies to go do this. And she managed to not put all the blocks there. And then I'm going to have the other three get in position for defense. I'm not exactly sure. Oh, they might try to sap the top of my base. We'll see. I'll just be ready to move around as an as-needed basis. Oh, looks like they're coming south a little bit. I think they're going to break in, yeah, this wall. Alright, so let's move everyone up here. There's not a whole lot of cover up there, but they don't have a lot of long-range weapons, so as long as I'm plugging away at distance, I should be alright. Oh, come on, you're going to cut a hole and then just go to a new place? It's obnoxious. I don't want to be stuck in a room with stone doors because they open slow. And let's have Wise Guy hide in the house. Alright, looks like they're coming in the traditional way at this point. They felt like they've sapped enough. So I'll have Davies flick the switch. The other three get into the shooting gallery as fast as they can. And they're going to be going down pretty quick here. Hope I'm not killing anyone that has good traits. Alright, so Celia can be imprisoned, but they're immune to, they don't do dumb labor, so I'm going to say a big no to that. I don't want friendly fire in this point. I don't want to be brained by my own turrets, so I'll flick them all off. I'm going to set everyone up to take Rinnick out. Rinnick's done. And then send him down here for Artie, who is a pyromaniac creepy breather. Again, not someone I really want in my base. And Artie here is going to go down pretty hard. And because they're wearing good armor, I'm going to strip them before they die. I don't plan on capturing either one. Because they had power armor helmets and armor vests, and that sounds good to me. The game is now sending me more difficult people to defeat. So I need to step my game up and start stripping prisoners and taking their stuff, and which also means that Gwen, I do believe there's a Devil Strand shirt for you down here, and some emu pants. So look at that. I will keep crafting those clothing, because I don't mind leveling up my crafting, but I do have a little bit of fire here. They did break one of the bedrooms, so now it's exposed to the outside. So that this fire gets under control, I'll have 2 of my people firefight it, or take a nap, you know, whatever. I'm not really worried about the fire spreading all that much. It's just gonna deforest, I guess. But if I can put it out, I'll put it out. It actually doesn't look like they're making much progress, and I don't really care what it burns, so I'll just send them back in. The wonders of a stone wall is that it's not very flammable. So I'm picking up where I left off. So we had some, well, alright, we had a considerable amount of raids. None of them really did make their way to punch through. I'm doing some beautification projects in and around the base, which I think should be pretty useful. And we got a whole lot of good armor from some of the wounded raiders. Speaking of which, I've sort of changed my mind. I'm planning on keeping only the ones I want to recruit, and as you can see here, there are a lot that I'd like to recruit, but most of them are really difficult to recruit, so the chances that I recruit them are pretty low. Oh, and it looks like I've got alpha beavers sitting up around my base, but that's okay. I'll leave them there. I've had a lot of flash fires, so maybe they'll actually be useful. So I've limited the amount of additional chickens that I'll get. I queued up all their eggs to be stored in my freezer because I was just getting overrun. I was able to feed them, but do I want them that badly? I don't think so. So now I'm going to try to fix up the walls and doors that broke during the raid. They punched through a few doors, which was annoying, but, you know, not much of a problem. I do have... Well, let's not hunt that. I do have some other tasks in and around the base that I'd like to get done. Like finishing retaining walls and things of that nature. I don't want to be caught by raiders and in a situation where I don't really have a way of defending myself. That would be far less than ideal. So another project that I'd like to expand on is having something for the raiders that get through this deathfall trap area, have a way for them to get defeated, I guess is the best to say it. So maybe put some turrets back here as well, or another holding box or something. I have to figure that out. Raiders haven't really gotten through because they prioritize the turrets, but Manhunter packs and events like that do get through, so I have to I have to be wary about that. So I'm just cleaning up the remainder of the fight that I was just in. It did net me some pretty good weapons, so I got to figure out superior sniper rifle, normal, a assault rifle, and a good sniper rifle. Well, I'm going to switch Chris's weapon here down to an assault rifle. So I have 2 people that are short range, 2 people that are long range. Another thing I've noticed is they don't really shoot me when I'm in this area here. So I'm planning on getting the research to expand on that, I guess is the easiest way to say it. So get some moisture pumps, dry up a lot of this area here, and treat it like one giant kill box where I can shoot them with impunity. Because it does seem like that's what's happening. So I'm gonna use it as much as I can. I also want to expand the prison. I have a bunch of prisoners that I'd like to recruit. So I'm going to try to keep them as happy as possible. And nothing keeps happy prisoners like spacious, beautiful areas. So that's pretty important to me, and that is coming up next. What else is going on? I'm getting into... I mean, I would like to add a few more numbers to my group, but I'm getting to a point where I feel like I should possibly start going raiding. Alright, feeding the prisoners. I suppose I should clean up some of this blood. I want to see what my percent chances are. For all these 99%ers, it's going to be like 0.5. Davies is a decent, smooth talker, but what they expect out of me is, you know, a lot more than I'm able to give. So here we have, I'm actually going to temporarily remove the corn area there. Just because... Oh, that's awkward. There's space there. Gwen is about to have a mental break, so I gotta be cautious of that as well. I do have one of my boom rats. I don't know. Oh, alright. I'm not gonna worry about it right now. It does have cancer. Drank too much alcohol, I guess, and gave itself cancer. Very, very strange. Wise guy, I don't mean to be starving you, buddy. I'm gonna lift the restriction. The reason I had him on restriction is there was a raid incoming and I didn't want him to get hurt, but now I've starved him out due to him being restricted. So it looks like I've got some rotten bodies here. So I'm going to... this is annoying. Alright, so let's enable raw foods. Yeah, here we go. I accidentally disabled corn altogether in the main food stockpile. So now they're bringing it all to this other stockpile, which makes cooking much, much more difficult. But there we go. I've remedied that. One of the problems I have in the base is I have a lot of work now that I have a larger base. A lot of work to be done, and not a lot of hands to do the work. I'm surprised that Gwen... Oh, I guess she's cloud watching right now. Oh, and let's take off this this dead man armor vest.